the woman held her sister in grief. She swore from that day on to take revenge on those who had murdered her family. Soon after, Mary suddenly came to the place. She took out a jar of poisoned wine, planning to use it to punish the woman. Mary thought that the woman would be the same as before, someone she could bully at will. Little did she know, the woman was no longer the weak person she once was. The woman grabbed Mary's hand and poured the poisoned wine onto Mary's face. Mary screamed in pain and ran out. She ran to the king and spoke ill of the woman, saying that the woman had suddenly gone mad for no reason and had splashed poison on her face. Just then, the woman entered the room. When the man saw her, he was instantly captivated by her beauty. The woman explained to the man what had really happened and told him that the wine jar was a tribute from another country, that only the queen herself was allowed to possess, and no one else had the right to own. Hearing this, the man became furious. He ordered Mary to be dragged out and banned her from ever entering the palace again. After that, he asked the woman, saying that her family had just been punished for rebellion, yet there was no trace of fear on her face. The woman replied that she believed the king was a wise ruler and would never punish her unjustly for her family's mistakes. Hearing her tactful praise, the man was greatly pleased and decided to reward her generously. From the man's own words, the woman unexpectedly learned that the queen was the very one who had spread the rumors, and it was because the king had believed her lies that the woman's family had been wrongfully destroyed. The next day, servants stood at the woman's door with many treasures. However, a maid mocked her, saying the woman had seduced the king on purpose, and once she lost his favor, she'd be at their mercy again. Hearing that, the woman remembered how this same maid had bullied her before. She went straight up and slapped the maid across the face, then ordered the servants to drag the maid out. She warned everyone else that if anyone disrespected her again, that maid's fate would be theirs. Meanwhile, the queen and her cousin Laura also heard about what happened. They worried that if things continued this way, the woman would completely overshadow them, so the two conspired together to take revenge on her during the birthday banquet and humiliate her in front of everyone. Soon, the day of the royal banquet arrived. Just as the king was feeling bored, the queen said, "I heard the woman has prepared a dance to perform for your majesty." However, the woman hadn't prepared anything like that. But facing the queen's deliberate provocation, the woman still agreed to perform. She asked her servants to fetch the silk ribbons for the dance. To make her look bad, Laura pretended to offer help as her dance partner. At that moment, a servant suddenly rushed in nervously, saying that the silk ribbons had been maliciously cut apart. The woman understood that it was all part of the queen and Laura's plot, but she had already come up with a solution. Just as everyone was laughing, thinking she wouldn't dare go on stage, the woman appeared, holding a sword. She performed a sword dance before the crowd. Laura mocked her, saying she had no manners. "That king will never like a girl who only plays with blades," she sneered. To strike back at Laura, the next second, the woman slashed open Laura's dress with her sword.